Aren't you John Scalzi?
Why, yes, I am. Aren't you Cory Doctorow?
I am. John Scalzi, a blogger behind the whatever, and author of the most recent book, Zoey's Tale, and of course, author of the best-selling Old Man's War.
And you are Cory Doctorow, author of Little Brother, a fabulous book, by the way. You are also one of the great minds behind Boing Boing, and just general rabble-rouser on the electronic front.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged.
Actually met a couple of people who met at one of my readings and liked each other so much that they went off and did this incredible art project that was shown at Burning Man last year called Dance Dance Immolation. And it's Dance Dance Revolution in asbestos suits with a flamethrower that hits you when you make the wrong step.
Oh my.
It's pretty cool. So, you know, in Little Brother, it's about hacker kids who find themselves embroiled on the wrong side of the war on terror.
Right.
Not on the terrorist side, but on the suspected terrorist side, and subjected to all kinds of scrutiny and abuse from the Department of Homeland Security and the authorities, and who decide to fight back using the technology that they're fundamentally better at than grown-ups. So it is kind of George Orwell fan fiction. I'm basically rewriting Orwell's story for the TSA DHS post 9/11 world, but Little Brother is a fundamentally different take on the problems of surveillance and totalitarian control, because Orwell never had the experience that I had in the early 1980s of being someone who was touching a computer for the first time and looking at it and going, where have you been all my life, beautiful?
Zoey is a very interesting character in that she is an adopted child, but in the world that she exists in, she is simultaneously just a typical 16-year-old girl, but she is also an icon to this alien race because her biological father gave them a very, very large gift. It was a species that had intelligence, but it did not have consciousness, and he found a way to give them consciousness. So he is basically their Prometheus, and he died. So basically all the worship and that would accrue to him basically gets passed on to her. And so all these things have been chosen for her. And so the life crisis for Zoey, if you want to call it that, is what do I choose for myself? Writing from the point of view of a 16-year-old girl is really, 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 really hard when you've never been a 16-year-old girl. Because the first couple of passes that I wrote were very clearly me, John Scalzi, trying to fit into like 16-year-old girl clothes, which is a hell of an image anyway, which I'm sorry for.
Gosh, do we have anything that can scrub mine?
And all my male friends were like notably unhelpful. They're like, well, just go hang around teenage girls. I'm like, yes, because that is what a 16-year-old girl wants, to have this 38-year-old guy lurking over in the corner.
It's research.
Right. What I ended up doing is I ended up cheating because I've never been a 16-year-old girl, but oddly enough, my wife has, and some very good friends have. And so I just, unfortunately for them, subjected them into it again and again and again until I finally got one where my wife actually stomps into the room with a sheaf of paper and says, "This works."
You know what my favorite prank is?
Tell me.
All time. I got this from Penn and Teller. You know the plastic cups that they give you on airplanes that are really breaky, they're really crunchy? You put one sort of between your legs or under your arm, just casually. You wait till you wait 10, 15 minutes. Works best when you're flying with a stranger. And you wait until that stranger's kind of awake and maybe looking at you, and you grab your head and you go, and then you crunch the cup at the same time. And it sounds like you've shattered every vertebra in your neck.
So I put on the blog, I can't play with you guys today. I have these things to do. And one was like return email, a middle list, return email, do this, write the book, blah, blah, blah. Got down to 9. I couldn't figure out what I was going to do for number 9. So I was like, take bacon to the cat. And so I posted this, and immediately people were like, I don't think you can take bacon to the cat. I don't think it's possible. I don't. The adhesion index is wrong. It can't be done. And so people were like, well, now you have to take bacon to the cat. It has to be done. And so there was this list of people demanding that I take bacon to the cat for the science.
Which you turned over to the ASPCA.
Right, exactly. So I stick the bacon on the cat, slide the tape on there, and I start taking pictures, and the dog is going insane because it's bacon on a cat. How it can't possibly
dog
get
crack.
Right, exactly. Can't get any better. And so I'm taking pictures, and the cat's just like, this is my life. And then she stands up, and the tape sticks. You know, we've achieved adhesion. And I'm like, again, for the science, I document it, and so I take pictures of it. It goes up at 3:16 on FARC. By 3:17, there's 6,000 click-throughs to the website because people are like, bacon on a cat.
That's awesome.